avocado enthusiasts, it's about time we talked about avocado flowers. Flowers are a super important part of a plant. They're the reproductive organs of many plants, and generally a flower is what allows a seed to happen. Seeds are generally grown inside fruit. When the male and female gametes meet, and they're the reproductive cells, a fruit and seed form. Avocados are fruits and require flowers and pollination in order to begin growing the fruit. But avocados do this in a way which is absolutely wild and extremely unusual, even in the plant world, which is already very diverse. Let's talk about why avocado flowers are so weird. If you're watching with young kids and you've not yet explained to them the facts of life, you may want to review this video before showing it to them. Before I raise any questions prematurely, I don't really want to be the one to break it to them. That's the disclaimer. So, flowers are the reproductive organs of a plant. There are many different kinds of flowers and they work in different ways, but they all pretty well follow this rule to make seeds. The male gamete, sperm, is found in pollen, and it must meet the female gamete, the egg, located in the ovary. Just like most organisms that reproduce sexually, the male gamete and the female gametes are not in the same organs. It does depend a bit on the kind of flower, because sometimes male gametes are produced in different organs, in different species of plants, but generally the sperm-containing pollen is produced in the stamen, specifically the anther, which is at the end of a filament, making it nice and accessible for any insects. In some flowers, they are especially pronounced and easy to identify. The female gamete, the egg, is located in the ovary, which is at the base of the pistil. At the top of the pistil is the stigma. This is the opening to the female reproductive organ. The style is the channel that the sperm can travel down to the egg in the ovary. I should mention that plants can't move genetic material around independently. It needs to be pollinated. Usually this is done by a pollinator, which is usually an insect, as it comes to feed on the pollen and nectar. The pollinator will transfer, incidentally, the pollen to the stigma, where it will travel down into the egg and fertilize it. This can also be done by the wind. Some plants have flowers that have both male organs and female organs. These are hermaphroditic plants. They are able to be self-pollinated. They only need a single flower to do this. There are so many plants that do this, including many fruit trees such as apples, cherries, peaches, and pears. There are some plants that have male flowers and separate female flowers. Some will have male parts, the others female parts. One plant is still needed to produce fruit. These are monoecious plants. There are some plants that only have flowers of a particular sex. Some plants will have flowers that are only male and only have the male components, and others female. So you need two plants to make fruit, and the female one will be the only one that grows fruit. These are dioecious plants. Kiwi fruit is an example of this. Then there are avocados, which do a bit of both. Avocado flowers contain both the male and female reproductive organs, so they are hermaphrodites. However, they don't have both organs accessible at the same time, making them effectively single sex. All the flowers on a single tree will be the same sex at once, but over the course of a day, they will change. The opposite sex organ will become available. Avocados have what we call sequential hermaphroditism. There are plenty of plants whose flowers change sex in the life of a flower, generally over days or weeks. However, not many do it like avocados. An avocado flower changes sex over the course of a day. In some varieties, all the flowers will be female in the morning. Their stigma is open to receiving pollen, and a valve is closing the stamen, which means that pollen cannot be accessed. Over the course of the day, when conditions are right, the stigma will close and the stamen will open, meaning that the flower is now male. The reverse is true for other varieties where the stamen is open in the morning, meaning that it's male, and the stigma is open in the afternoon, meaning it's female. This means that avocados have a really hard time self-pollinating, and this is a survival adaptation. It means that there's less chance of self-pollination, meaning there's a greater genetic diversity in a grove of trees, meaning that if a disease or something comes through, it's less likely to take out all of the trees. Pretty cool. We call A varieties of trees the ones that are female in the morning and male in the afternoon, and B varieties being male in the morning and female in the afternoon. Mature trees can have over 1 million flowers at once, and they are all changing simultaneously. What an amazing and unusual thing. This does mean that if you have a single tree, it is very unlikely to produce fruit because it's really hard to self-pollinate. You need two trees, an A variety and a B variety, to be able to do this. Hass and Reed avocados are some A varieties, and Shepherd and Bacon are B varieties, but there is huge lists online you can find. But what about if you've grown a tree from seed? First, I encourage you to check out my video on whether homegrown avocado trees will bear fruit. Avocados aren't true to seed, so the offspring tree won't be the same as the mother tree. This means that until it starts flowering, we don't really have any way of telling if a homegrown tree is going to be an A or B variety. I'm hoping that my homegrown trees eventually produce some kind of fruit. Whether or not it's good is yet to be seen, but I'm going to do this by having many trees and also having a couple of grafted trees so I know that some are A and B varieties and I get some good fruit from them as well. Avocado flowers are weird and they can't self-pollinate because they're only one sex at a time. What amazing and unusual plants. So next time you have an avocado, you can wonder the process that the flowers went through to give you this fruit. Pretty cool. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I encourage you to subscribe to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree, where I make videos about all things avocados. I'd love to know what you thought about this video in the comments below and with that like button. I'm also on Instagram at Scott Grows an Avocado Tree, and you can also find me on my second channel, That's Pretty Cool, where I make videos about all kinds of topics that inspire in me a sense of curiosity and wonder. Thanks again for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.
Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree.